In 1847, a reclusive young woman from the Yorkshire moors published a novel that defied the literary conventions of her time. That book was Wuthering Heights, and its author, Emily Brontë, created one of the most haunting, passionate, and controversial love stories ever written. Unlike typical Victorian romances, this tale is dark, wild, and filled with characters driven not by virtue, but by raw emotion and vengeance. Even today, over 175 years later, it continues to captivate and unsettle readers around the world. Wuthering Heights unfolds through a layered narrative, with the story being told by Nelly Dean, a housekeeper, to Mr. Lockwood, a curious tenant at Thrushcross Grange. At the heart of the novel is Heathcliff, an orphan taken in by Mr. Earnshaw of Wuthering Heights. Heathcliff forms an intense bond with Earnshaw's daughter Catherine, a connection that is as destructive as it is passionate. When Catherine chooses to marry Edgar Linton, seeking social status and security, Heathcliff is devastated. His heartbreak morphs into a fierce desire for revenge, not only against Edgar, but also against anyone he holds responsible for his suffering. This thirst for vengeance sets off a chain of events that spans generations, leaving a trail of bitterness and tragedy in its wake. The relationship between Heathcliff and Catherine isn't a tale of sweet romance. It's a portrayal of love as a force of nature, fierce, obsessive, and sometimes destructive. Their connection defies moral boundaries, making readers question the true nature of love. Heathcliff's life becomes a dark crusade fueled by bitterness. His elaborate schemes to ruin those around him highlight how revenge can consume and ultimately hollow out a person. The novel critiques rigid class structures. Heathcliff's outsider status and his struggle for acceptance reveal the brutal realities of social prejudice in Victorian England. The wild Yorkshire moors aren't just a setting, they mirror the characters' tumultuous emotions. Elements of the supernatural, like ghostly apparitions, weave into the narrative, enhancing its eerie, gothic atmosphere. Brooding, vengeful, and enigmatic, Heathcliff is an anti-hero whose actions are both despicable and sympathetic. His character blurs the line between villain and victim. Free-spirited and headstrong, Catherine embodies contradictions. She loves Heathcliff fiercely, but is also driven by ambition and societal expectations, leading to decisions that haunt both their lives. The refined, gentle contrast to Heathcliff's raw passion, Edgar represents the comfort and stability Catherine craves but cannot fully embrace. As the primary narrator, Nelly isn't just a passive observer. Her biases and judgments subtly shape how we perceive the story.